What's something people don't know about Joan of Arc? This video pays homage to her, a heroine burned at the stake on May 30th. I'm Theo Shaft from Twisted News, and today we dive into her extraordinary journey. The year is 1412, a time when Wi-Fi was non-existent, and the only tweets were from actual birds. France is engulfed in the throes of the 100 Years' War, a conflict that has ravaged the nation for decades, a brutal conflict with England that has left the nation in ruins. Talk about holding a grudge. Amidst the chaos and despair in the small village of Domremy, where life is simple and quiet, a young peasant girl named Joan is about to embark on an extraordinary journey. Spoiler alert, it's not a vacation. Joan's early life is one of humble beginnings. Think less princess and more peasant chic. She's a devout girl, deeply connected to her faith. Because Netflix and chill wasn't an option, Joan spends her days tending to sheep and spinning wool, the medieval equivalent of binge-watching a series, her heart filled with prayers for her beloved France, and probably a wish for better Wi-Fi. At the tender age of 13, Joan's life takes a dramatic turn. Puberty, am I right? She experiences a series of visions and hears voices, which back then was considered divine, not a need for therapy, which she attributes to Saint Michael, Saint Catherine, and Saint Margaret. The original group chat. These divine messengers deliver a powerful message to Joan. No, it's not a meme. She is chosen by God to lead the French army to victory and crown the rightful king, Charles VII. No pressure, right? This divine call fills Joan with a sense of purpose and a burning desire to save her country. Because someone had to do it. The young Joan is initially hesitant, overwhelmed by the enormity of the task set before her. Like, who wouldn't be? How could a simple peasant girl, untrained in the art of war, possibly lead an army? It's not like there was a YouTube tutorial for that. Yet the voices are insistent, their message echoing in her heart, urging her to embrace her destiny. Because ignoring divine texts is just rude. Driven by unwavering faith and a profound love for France, and maybe a bit of teenage rebellion, Joan resolves to answer the call. Because why not? Word of Joan's visions spreads like wildfire, reaching the ears of Robert de Baudricourt, the skeptical captain of the garrison at Vaucouleurs. Intrigued yet doubtful, Baudricourt agrees to grant Joan an audience, probably thinking, what's the worst that could happen? He subjects her to intense scrutiny, testing her resolve and the authenticity of her claims. Joan, unfazed by the skepticism, stands firm in her conviction. Her unwavering faith and the strength of her convictions shine through, brighter than a knight's freshly polished armor. Impressed by Joan's unwavering belief and determination, Baudricourt relents, probably thinking, well, she's got moxie, I'll give her that. He provides her with an escort and sends her to Chinon, where the uncrowned king Charles VII resides. Joan's journey to Chinon is fraught with peril. The 100 Years' War has turned the French countryside into a dangerous battleground. Yet Joan remains undeterred, her faith serving as her shield and her determination as her sword. Upon arriving at Chinon, Joan requests a private audience with Charles VII, a meeting that will decide the fate of France. To test her, Charles hides among his courtiers, hoping to expose Joan as a fraud. However, Joan's divine guidance proves unerring. She walks directly to Charles, recognizing him despite never having laid eyes on him before. The meeting between Joan and Charles VII marks a turning point in the 100 Years' War. Joan's unwavering faith and her promise of divine assistance breathe new life into the demoralized French army. Who knew a teenager could be so motivational? Charles, inspired by Joan's conviction, provides her with a suit of armor, a banner, and a sword, a symbol of his trust in her. The tools she needs to fulfill her destiny, or at least to look the part. Joan's presence has an electrifying effect on the French troops. It's like she handed out free coffee. Joan's military acumen becomes evident as she rallies the disheartened French troops. Who needs a general when you have Joan? Her strategies, often inspired by her divine visions, prove to be surprisingly effective. She instills discipline in the ranks and introduces innovative tactics, transforming the French army into a formidable fighting force. No longer a simple peasant girl, Joan has become a beacon of hope, a symbol of French resistance against English domination. Her charisma and unwavering belief in her divine mission inspire the French soldiers. They see her as a warrior saint, sent by God to deliver them from their enemies. The tide of the war begins to turn in favor of the French, fueled by Joan's unwavering spirit and the newfound belief she instills in their hearts. Who knew faith could be so contagious? The Siege of Orléans, a pivotal battle in the Hundred Years' War, becomes a testament to Joan's military genius and unwavering faith. The city of Orléans, a strategic gateway to the south of France, has been under siege by English forces for months. The French defenders are on the verge of collapse, their hope dwindling with each passing day. Joan's arrival at Orléans in April 1429 marks a turning point in the siege. Her presence has an electrifying effect on the city's defenders, who see her as a divine savior. Joan, with her characteristic bravery, rallies the French troops and devises a daring plan to break the siege. She leads the charge, her banner held high, a symbol of French resistance against the English invaders. Despite being wounded in the fighting, Joan's determination does not waver. Her courage inspires the French soldiers, who fight with renewed vigor. On May 8, 1429, after a series of fierce assaults, the English siege of Orléans is lifted. This decisive victory marks a turning point in the Hundred Years' War, shifting the balance of power in favor of the French.